हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते श्रीवेदान्तस्वामिने नमः। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणि निर्विशेषशून्यादि साक्षात्पदेशादि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौरभक्तजन। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे।
Just a second, I'll share the screen. So we are discussing this chapter, very important prayers from Dhruva Maharaj. So it is his realization, his understanding of the Supreme Lord. Very important to know that we have to understand Bhagavatam in this way only. Shrutena, Arthena, cha Anjasa. And Bhagavatam is for very simple people. People who are very complicated, it becomes very difficult for them. There will be like what Prabhuji was discussing, there are so many contradictions. Like in this world, now we are so much attached to our anarthas. And that's the reason things become very complicated. Like say lust, greed, pride, anger, envy. Now, why do people they are attached to their anger? We say anger is a tool for me so that I can handle things in this world. If I want to get my things done, I need to use anger, right? If I'm angry, children will do my things, husband will do my things, or wife will do my things. So all the things are done by these people because I need anger. So we are not bothered to give up anger because I feel it's a proper tool. And same thing with greed, envy. Like some hotels, they go and they drink uh, some coffee or something, and they spend some 500 rupees. And same coffee is available 10 rupees on the roadside also. Now, what is so special about it is that is pride. They feel that, so they don't want to give up pride. So people want to enjoy something very big, show that I am little special than you. So this pride also people don't want to give up. They want to have very expensive watches, expensive dress, just to show to people that I am better than you. So this pride also people don't want to give up. We always want to look better than others. And then if we see that envy, there are almost 84 lakhs varieties of mobiles available in the market. Why so much variety? That is out of envy. I want to prove to others that, sorry, if I have something very special and others envy me, then I feel little special about myself. Owner's pride, neighbor's envy. So we want to be proud and we want others to be envious of us. So we don't want to live envy also. We don't want to live pride. We don't want to live anger. We don't want to live lust. Lust means what? Basically desires. Why we don't want to give up our desires? Because we know that my happiness is when I fulfill my desires. Now I want to have a big house. And getting that house, I feel I'll be happy. So now I don't want to give up the desire of not having a house. I know this is the way I to be happy. So why should I give up my lust? I need to have lust because that is going to help me to fulfill my desire. So this is actually what is very crucial to understand, that we are holding on to our anarthas. Once we become simple and start giving up our anarthas, then we can really be happy and get connected to Krishna. Krishna is very simple. Krishna is not very complicated. He said, "Oh, I just live in a village with some cows and I wear some simple dhoti and I just take some bamboo and I play the flute and have some stick with me. I wear even flower garlands which are grown in the forest, flowers which are grown in the forest." So Krishna is quite very simple person. And we have to be simple to approach Krishna. Like in Mathura and Dwaraka and all, Krishna wears all these big jewelries and all these very sophisticated things. But in Vrindavan, Krishna is quite simple and he likes to be simple. And we have to be simple to approach him. Otherwise, it is not possible. When we go to Vrindavan, what is so special about Vrindavan is it is very simple place. That is the reason. So here Dhruva is in Mathuvan and he is approaching the Lord. So in Mathuvan means quite simple. And that type of heart can access the Supreme Lord, free from envy, because his mother told, don't be envious and don't have this, all these, what do you say, victim mentality and all. And we can see how it immediately made a difference and it will make for us also the difference if I develop that simplicity. Like very famous, very like very powerful example is like is always Radhanand Maharaj. He went to Himalayas in search for God and he met so many yoga babas, yogis and all. And we see that he met these Naga babas who elevate in the air. Like he said, he was traveling with them and they used to sit in meditation. Within 5 minutes, they are rising in the air. So Maharaj saw such very mystical people, powerful people, and so many siddhis. And then he comes to Vrindavan by accident, that also. And then on Mathura, Janmashtami day. And then he goes, when he was in Vrindavan, when Baba comes and says, I'll take you to a special place. And he takes him to Gansham Baba. And he is just having in a small closet. And now, of all the things, all the yogis, mystic yogis, these, that, so many powerful people, what impressed Maharaj is the simple devotion of Vrindavan impressed him. Can you imagine? That is such a special thing that touched Maharaj of all the powerful mystic. Like, say, if somebody comes and says, you know, this Baba, he can just disappear. And he actually, the person who takes him also, he is also a mystic only. He can appear and disappear. Maharaj says that, yes, that's it, this. But that did not impress Maharaj. What impressed the heart is very simple. We are simple, something very simple will impress. And Krishna will also be impressed if we are very simple. So Maharaj says that he was taken to this closet where he is having his Gopijan Vallabha and Ghanshyam Baba is talking to him about Krishna with little bit English, whatever he knows. And then Maharaj is very happy there of all the people around the country where he met. And he gave him chapatis to eat. And like 4 5 days he eats. And then one day he was taking bath in Yamuna and then one person came and he chastised Maharaj. He says, what are you doing? He gets only 4 chapatis in a day and he's fasting from last 4 5 days and every day you are only eating all the chapatis. Then next day Maharaj goes and then says, oh, I am not going to eat. You are not eating. You are fasting. And Maharaj says, I am just 21 years old boy. I am not even a devotee. Because Maharaj is devotee. But he says he's 70 years and he says, no, no, you are friend of Gopijan Vallabha. I should serve you. And he's fasting to serve him. And Maharaj says he's fasting to serve me. Even I am a young devotee, even if he's a devotee. And he's advanced 70 years old. Still he's feeling this is actually simplicity of Vrindavan. And then he says that he started crying and Maharaj didn't have option. Even that day also he has to eat the chapati. And next day Maharaj deliberately came in the evening so that in the afternoon he will eat chapati and I'll come in the evening. And when he goes in the evening, he says the chapatis are still there. He says, oh, I'm waiting for you only. You take it. It's for you. And Maharaj could not do anything. That impressed Maharaj. It's just such a selfless love, such a simple heart. And we need to see that all these karma, jnana, yoga, they are very, very bombastic. They are very attractive. But bhakti is quite simple thing. And we need to come to that level, all these anarthas, all these things are blocking us. We need to know that this is not actually what we need. We don't, like, say if some very mystic Baba comes to our house, and then there are some other very pandits from the Vedas, and he can recite and he can quote, and somebody he can read the mind, somebody he can tell, do some things. And then there is a simple grahastha who has some feeling for Krishna and is worshipping Krishna. If we can see, we this even a simple grahastha with his deity worship and who is taking care of his deities and very feelingly serving Krishna, for us, he is more important than all these mistake yogis who are very, very powerful personalities, because devotion is what is important for us. That simplicity is what takes us to spiritual world, not how much external things are. These are, Maharaj was not impressed only. Like, that is such a important thing to us. So when we are sincere at heart that Krishna, I need something very genuine, then we will come to Vrindavan. Otherwise, all this karma, jnana, yoga, they're always very impressive, but we don't need it. Because why they are impressive? Because we have conditioning like that, very bad conditioning. That's the point. And yeah, here we see that how Dhruva is making all such wonderful prayers to the Supreme Lord. This is a very simple thing. Array is telling you are you are the creator, maintainer, and regular same prayers. But it is not like that. Lord is very impressed with even that simple prayers, because Lord is also very simple. So the formula is very easy. If you want to impress the Lord, you just have to uh, offer such prayers. And we did till 16th. And he says that, my dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your uh, multi energies are constantly manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. And so there are two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. And quite obviously, we are in ignorance only. That's why we get attracted to the pleasures of this world. Otherwise, there is no way. If we want to, if we are in knowledge, we will never get attracted to this. If we have even little bit of attraction, that proves that there is ignorance. And more we get knowledge. And why we have this fear is, I may lose so much if I give up. If I don't enjoy, I'm in loss. So this is the great feeling. Like, say, if a devotee, we are in go to temple and we are meeting some devotees, and suddenly some devotee said, Broji, I purchased a big house, 10 crore house here I purchased, and I purchased a big car, and my children, they are nicely settled in US and this, that, and they also got a big package of 2 crores in an annum. Then when we hear hearing, my God, he's really enjoying his and uh, I am not so much, I am losing something. No, actually, the point here is that whatever enjoyment here we are seeing, it's all ignorance only. There is not reality. That is the reason when pure devotees, they don't even mind. They just give up all the things and go to Vrindavan and happily Tektva Turna Masesha Mandalapati. Because this is not reality. Like a child in the dream, he is crying out of fear or he is enjoying something. It's a dream only. It's not reality. And or even if he's enjoying his cartoon shows, child is so happy. He's enjoying the cartoon and all. No, we may say, Array, what is this enjoyment? Same thing for Acharyas when they see us, Array, what they are enjoying. So we have to come to that knowledge eventually and get that realization. And here, this writing in Brahma Samhita, it is said that unlimited impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the transcendental body of Govind. So this we have many times discussed. So this purport we have discussed yesterday. We'll come to another prayer of Dhruva Maharaj. My dear Lord, the Supreme Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benedictions. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus wheel is better than becoming king and lording it over the kingdom. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me, you are the causelessly merciful maintainer, just like cow, who takes care of newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. सत्याशिषो हि भगवंस्तव पादपद्मम् आशीषतनानुभजतः पुरुषार्थमूर्ते अप्येनमर्घ्य भगवान् परिपाति दीनान् वाश्रेव वत्सकम् अनुगृहन् कातरो समान. And if you happen to see when the calf is born, how much cow feels for the calf. It's really very nice to observe this. And recently in our temple, 2 days back, the cow, uh, the calf was born. Very cute. And the cow was like, it is so attached. We just take the calf from here to there, immediately cow comes and just want to be with the calf all the time. So, Prabhupada, just like Dhruva, just like a cow who takes care of newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. And the feeling is so nice for the cow. And Dhruva Maharaj, Prabhupada, right? Dhruva Maharaj was cognizant of the defective nature of his own devotional service. Pure devotional service is without any material form and is not covered by mental speculation or fruitive activities. Pure devotional service, therefore, called ahaituki, unmotivated. Dhruva Maharaj knew that he had come to worship the Lord in devotional service with a motive. So he felt very bad for it that, oh, why did I ask something for the Lord? He's feeling guilty now because he got pure devotional Shraddha. That's why. Otherwise, he will not feel guilty. Indra comes and asks many times, many things. He don't feel any guilty. He says, I just have to ask only. And many demigods and all, they come and ask. They don't feel any guilty. But Dhruva is feeling so guilty. Such an adulterated devotee can never see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He therefore felt very grateful for the causeless mercy of Lord. The Lord is so merciful that not only does he fulfill the desires of a devotee who is driven by ignorance and desires for material benefit, but he also gives such a devotee all protection just like a cow gives milk to a newly born calf. And this is a important point that Lord is very kind. Even devotees driven by ignorance and desire for material benefit, Lord is giving protection. That is applicable to many of us. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Lord gives intelligence to constantly engage in devotional service so that he may gradually approach the Lord without difficulty. A devotee must be very sincere in his devotional service. Then, although there may be many things wrong on the devotee's part, you see, this is a very nice thing Prabhupada is giving. Very nice. What is most important? Devotee must be very sincere in his devotional service. Then, although there may be many things wrong on the part of devotees, Krishna will guide him and gradually elevate him to the highest position of devotional service. So the most important thing is we should have a pure intention. The desire should be very pure. Lord, I know I'm a rascal and I have many desires and I am very attached to all these things. But you are very merciful. So make me right. Simply, and Lord says, okay, okay, accept it. That's all. We have to communicate with the Lord in about our state very plainly without any duplicity. Lord also understands. He is very merciful Father. The Lord is addressed herein by Dhruva Maharaj as Purushartha Murti, the ultimate goal of life. Generally, Purushartha is taken to mean execution of a type of religious principle or worship God in order to get material benedictions. Prayer for marital benedictions are intended for satisfying the senses. And when one is frustrated and cannot fully satisfy the senses in spite of all endeavor, he desires liberation or freedom from material existence. These activities are generally called Purushartha, but actually the ultimate goal is to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Panchama Purushartha. So we are not into Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvida Pala Purushartha. There are four Purusharthas, but we are interested in Pancham Purushartha. Pancham Purushartha is what? Love for Krishna. And so this is how Dhruva Maharaj finishes his prayers. He says, "You are taking care of me as a cow taking care of the cow." And then great sage Maitreya continued, "My dear Vidra, when Dhruva, who had good intentions in his heart, finished his prayers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very kind to his devotees and servants, congratulated him, speaking as follows. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Vedaham te vyavasthitam hidi Rajan Balaka tat prayachami badram te Durapam api su suvrata. Personality of God said, "My dear Dhruva, son of the king, you have executed pious vows, and I always know the desire within your heart. Although your desire is very ambitious and very difficult to fulfill, I shall favor you with its fulfillment. All good fortune unto you." Without Dhruva asking, only Lord knows why he has done. And Lord is telling, "Yes, yes, don't worry, I know. I'm going to give you." Lord is so merciful. Now the point is, Dhruva is telling, "I don't want." Lord is telling, "I'll give you." Why? Very important to understand that Lord knows that this desire cannot be gone like that so easily. Please try to understand. We cannot get rid of desire so fast. So change of heart is three things. We have discussed many times. I'll just write for you. Change of heart is uh, change of heart. So it looks like Dhruva's heart is changed. So our thoughts will change, our feelings, and then desires. So three things are there. So thoughts means we start thinking in a different way now. So now after coming to Krishna consciousness, the thought process change. Like now when anything wrong happens, we say, "Yeah, it's my karma, bad karma, or it is my purification." And yeah, Krishna purified me, and devotees sometimes purify us. We start thinking in a different way now. Yeah, it is for the pleasure of Krishna we have to do, not for my pleasure. So immediately, and our thoughts are related to how I can serve, how I can please, and how I can become more serious in devotion, because that is the first thing that happens. Second thing is the emotions. The feeling means emotions. So this is a very important point. This is very difficult to change. What emotions I am feeling. I should become more grateful, more tolerant, and accepting the reality and as a mercy of Krishna. So this type of emotions are very important. So we give this, like I have given this many times, this story. Like one person, he goes to Buddha and stays with him for 6 months, and he gets some training. And then he says, "I'll go back to my place and preach." Buddha says, "Hey, how can you go to your place?" So it's a very dangerous place. If you go there, and people will chastise you if you tell about all this philosophy. What do you think? What will you think that time? What will be your emotions? He says that, "Oh, I think, though, these people are so nice. They're just chastising me. They're not beating me." Buddha says, "But sometimes they may beat also. What do you will think that time? Oh, these people are so nice. They're just beating me, but they're not using any weapons to hit me or anything." No, no, sometimes they do that also if they become very angry. What do you think that time? So they say are so nice, they're just beating me. They're not cutting my bodily limbs and all. The rest says no. Sorry, Buddha says no, sometimes they cut your body parts also. What do you think? So nice people, they're not killing me, they're just cutting some body parts. Then Buddha says, "Oh, if they're very upset, they may kill you also." What you will think that time? So they're very nice people because they are helping me come out of my bodily concept and making me free from this body. Buddha says, yes, yes, now you are qualified. Go and preach. What was the qualification? Because he is not emotionally affected. His emotions are in full control. He can decide what he wants. So, change of heart means the change in emotions. We are able to handle, like when Ashwatthama killed sons of Draupadi, she had full control on her emotions. That's her change in heart. So when we say some person's heart changed, he instead of becoming complaining, he started becoming grateful in all situations. Tattenu kampa susamikshmano bunjan evatma kadam vipapa. So this is actually gratitude. So we start becoming grateful. This is the change of heart. Emotions are changing. And then the last thing is actually desires, which is very difficult to change. Even we may say, so that is the reason very difficult. So even though Dhruva says, I am foolish, I did wrong, I should not have come for this. And then, but Lord still is telling, no, no, take it, take it. Why Lord said? Because after Lord says, okay, you don't want, I am not giving. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. And then Dhruva goes home, na, he will again lament. Arre, what a fool I am. Lord came in front of me. I didn't ask only. I could have uh, I could have asked him for benediction. Instead of that, I just sentimentally I said no. Lord knows that Dhruva is going to lament like that. That's why Lord gave him. Why? Because it is very difficult to get rid of desires. Sometimes Lord fulfills them. That's why, like pure devotional service, if you see the 64 angas of bhakti, then no, nothing karma is there in that. No karma related things are there, right? All things are bhakti related. But why we have to do our karma, whatever is there, little bit? Because we still have that conditioning. That's why. Otherwise, all of us whole day we can do bhakti. 64 angas only will do, nothing else. But that is not possible. We have people, devotee has to get married, they should have children, they should have family. Why all these things? Because the desires are there. We cannot just get rid of them so easily. We have to go through all these things. And one fine day we say, yes, Krishna, I understood my lesson. I will only do 64 angas of bhakti, nothing else. And fully focused. So that stage we reach, but before that we have to go through it. So even at the level of Dhruva Maharaj, where he could take darshan with such determination, still it is not possible to get rid of desire so easily. That's the reason Lord fulfilled his desires like that. And there is a question, what it, Prabhuji, if we have very pure intention, instead of that, repeatedly succumb to anarthas and become the servant of anarthas? Mhm. Yeah, Lord has a very nice formula too. He will keep us in such a situation, helplessly we'll come out of anarthas. That means a very painful way. If we are not learning in a very simple way, Lord will help us to come out of it in a very painful way. And that time we will lament, I could have learned my lesson before only, why I had to learn in a very bad way. And this happens for many of them. They know I was so much attached to my things, and unfortunately, I was I know that I am doing mistake, but still I was doing. And then, but I went to Krishna and says, Krishna, I cannot overcome, but I didn't make any strong endeavor. The Lord says, He will wait, He will give chance, He will give chance. And then He will keep us in this very terrible situation. Then all the mistakes which we are doing and all, we will come out of it. And if we want Krishna, Krishna will definitely do it. And personal experience, I am telling. So here, Prabhupada is writing that Lord is so merciful to his devotee that he immediately said to Dhruva, let there be all good fortune for you. The fact is that Dhruva was very much
Este role